Hello, this is Norma and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making some chin chin. It's African like dessert with flour. So this is the flour I'm using, all-purpose flour. I'm going to be using unsalted butter. It's at room temperature. I have an egg. It's at room temperature. The flour I'm going to use, the all-purpose flour, it will be 3.5 cups. And I have half a cup of sugar. That's the cane sugar. I will be using cinnamon. I have some baking powder. This is the double active, so I use less. Here I have 1/4 teaspoon of the cinnamon. I have 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. I just took my nutmeg and I grated it. Because I'm using a double active one, I'm using half a teaspoon of the baking powder, and I have 1 teaspoon of salt. So let me show you how I'm going to make this chin chin. I'm going to put the 3.5 cup of flour in there and sift it. Okay, I put it in there. I'm going to put my baking powder, my salt, okay, I've sifted it. I'm going to put half a cup of sugar, the 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm going to mix that up. I forgot to show you, I will also be using peak milk. You can use peak milk, you can use carnation milk, you can use whole milk. I'm going to put my egg in there. And this is 1 jumbo egg and 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And now I'm going to start mixing it. I just nuked it in my microwave for a few seconds, just so the butter can melt. You don't have to do that. If it's at room temperature, you can also leave it that way. Okay, when you mix it, you want it to be crumbly like this. And now I'm going to start adding my milk, but I'm going to do it gradually. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to take it and put it in my bowl and let it sit in there for 15 minutes, and I will be back. It's been 15 minutes. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my table. Just sprinkle a little bit. And here's the dough. And I'm going to cut it in half and make it easier for me to roll it out. I have my rolling pin right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of flour on it also. And I'm going to start rolling out my dough. I roll it out. It's about 1/2 inch. And I'm going to take my pizza cutter because I want for it to be even. I don't want some big, some small. So I'm cutting it so it can be very even. And I will use those other strips that I'm taking out and roll it again. Taking all these pieces. Take my pizza cutter. And try to make it as even as possible. And now I'm going to cut it the other way. You can use a knife also, but using the pizza cutter just makes it faster. Let me cut all of them and I'll be back. Cut it, and I'm just going to take this and just get it off to separate it. And I'll break them up, do the rest, and we'll go on to frying. Okay, I've rolled all of them and cut it. Now we're moving on to frying the chin chin. I have the oil, and let me test one of the chin chin. When it starts to float to the top, we know the oil is ready. It has floated to the top, so we know the oil is hot, and I'm just going to put some of my chin chin in there. And you don't want to crowd the pot because you don't want the oil level to go down. I'm going to fry it for a minute, and then I'll shake it up so it don't get stuck together. It's all starting to come to the top. And then break it up. And you have to watch it because you don't want it too brown. I have a paper towel, and now it's time to take out my chin chin. See the color, because it will continue to darken when you take it out. I'm going to fry all of them. This is my last batch frying. I have fried all of my ching ching, and it is super crunchy. What you have to do is make sure that it gets very cold. You don't want it hot. When it's hot, it's not as crunchy, and this stores very well. What you need to do is to get some airtight containers. So I have this one, and this is the top, and once it's very cool, I'm going to put it in there and seal it up, and I'll be able to use it for a long time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel hit that notification button so each time I upload you will be notified. Bye bye.